Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Circle Time. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's get started, all right? Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, how are you? How are you this special day? I'm so glad you came today. Hello, hello, how are you? Hi, you guys. I hope that you guys are doing well. It was so nice to see your smiling faces, the ones I got to see yesterday. I miss you guys so much. But I hope you're enjoying the packet that we sent home. Let's do our counting, okay? Yesterday was the number 2. Yeah. So what comes after the number 2? 1, 2. Yeah, the number 3 is next, isn't it? All right. Let's count in Spanish, all right? Because we want to count to the number 10. We don't want to just count to the number 3. Ready? 1. Oh, let's start in English, and then we'll count in Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in Spanish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work, guys. You guys are getting your letters or your numbers so well, and we're getting our letters, aren't we? We've been working hard on our letters, and we are almost done, you guys. We have almost all of them. Okay, so let's go through their sounds really quick. I wonder if it would be better if you could see it better if I did this. I think you could. Ready? The A says A, the B says B, the C says K, and the D says D. The E says E, the F says F, the G says G, and the H says H. The I says I, the J says J, the K says K, and the L says OO. The M says M, the N says N, the O says Ah, and the P says P. The Q says Qu, the R says the S says S, and the T says T, T, T. The U says All right, so today we have 2 new letters we're going to talk about. The first letter is the letter V. So we're going to put it right there. And I'm going to show you some words that start with V, okay? So the first one is a van. Van. That's kind of an older kind of van, isn't it? Have you guys seen one like that before? It's kind of a cool looking van, isn't it? Van. All right, this is a piece of clothing that we call a vest. Vest. Yeah. And this is a plant called a vine. Can you see that? A vine. This is actually ivy vine. All right, we got a couple more. What is this that you eat? These are I just noticed that these aren't all vegetables. This is supposed to be vegetables, but a strawberry and an orange are not vegetables. Vegetables. All right. Ooh, this is something that mom or grandma or dad maybe somebody might use to clean the floors. A vacuum. or vacuum cleaner, right? And this, does anybody know what this is? A volcano. Yeah. Maybe that would be a fun science experiment to try and make a volcano. Have you guys done that before? That is so much fun. All right, let's sing our V song. Ready? The V says V. The V says V. Every letter makes a sound. The V says V. All right. When you make that sound, you can feel it vibrate on your bottom lip. V. You put your lip just under your top teeth. V. Yeah, good work. And the next letter we're going to talk about is the letter W. Yes, W. And this letter makes the sound W, W, W. The W says W. The W says W. Every letter makes a sound. The W says W. All right. And our W words, we have it's not a tire. Well, it can be a tire, but this thing I want to say is a wheel. Yeah, it's a wheel. Okay. What is this? A wagon. Yeah. Okay. Oh, does anybody know what this is called? You might say a fish, but it's actually a whale. Whale. This is called a killer whale or an orca whale. Yeah, and we sometimes see these in the water outside in Shelton. When you go to Walker Park, sometimes people have seen these whales out in the water there. It's so cool. All right. And this one is a picture of the temperature. It's in the middle. The red is in the middle right there. So it's warm. It's not hot. If it was hot, it would be up here. The red would be up here. And if it was cold, the red would be down here. But it's in the middle. So we're going to say that is warm. Warm. I'm running out of room on my board, guys. All right. What kind of fruit is that? Watermelon. I love watermelon. Do you guys like to eat watermelon? It's a yummy fruit. And what is this? Oh, it's upside down. A window. Yeah, you're looking out into the grass outside. It looks like a window. All right. The W says W. The W says W. Every letter makes a sound. The W says W. All right, you guys. You did awesome. All right, let me put that down. And I want to read a book to you guys. And the book that I chose for today is called Froggy Gets Dressed. Okay? And this book is by Jonathan London. He wrote the words. He's the author. And it's illustrated by Frank Ramkowitz. He's got a long name. See that name right there? Ramkowitz. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. But the title of it is Froggy Gets Dressed. All right. So let's see what's going on in Froggy's world. It was cold, and Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow! Snow! He sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mom. Don't you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter. Wake up when the snow melts. Did you know that frogs sleep all winter long? I don't think I knew that. No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks, zoop, pulled up his boots, zup, put on his hat, zap, tied up his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped outside into the snow. Plop, plop, plop. Froggy! Called his mom. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, said Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. Uh-oh. That's kind of an important part, isn't it? He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots, and he left his socks on, and slipped his pants on. Zip! Then he pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zap, tied his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zoom, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, said his mother. Those are kind of important pieces, aren't they? We gotta wear clothes when we go out in the snow. Oh, here we go. I skipped a page. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat. He left on his pants, boots, and socks, and buttoned up his shirt. Zit, zut, zut, zut. Then he snapped on his coat, snap. Put on his hat, zat. Pulled off his hat, or tied on his scarf, zwit. Tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens, he had on his scarf, he had on his coat, he had on his shirt, he had on his pants, he had on his boots, he had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could he be missing? What do you think he's missing? I don't know. Your underwear! His mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He was embarrassed. Uh-oh. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, unzipped his pants, pulled off his boots, took off his socks, he left his hat on, and slipped his long johns on with a zap of elastic. Snap. Then he put on his socks, zoop, pulled on his boots, zup, tugged on his one mitten, zoom, started to tug on the other, and let it go, and said, I'm too tired. And he went back to sleep. Aw, he didn't even get to play in the snow very long. Zzz, he's sleeping. Good night, Froggy. All right, that is a funny book, isn't it? We got to remember all those different pieces of clothing when we're getting dressed, don't we? All right, guys, I am glad that you joined me today, and I will see you again tomorrow, okay? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.